Hi there. Welcome to the Revenue Unplugged show, episode number 2, because the show must go on. I am your host, Ishneet, marketing lead at Fractional CMO, and today we are going to uncover how AI is going to reshape partner management. And to do that, we have a very special guest, Alex Glenn, CEO of PartnerHub and the founder of multiple other partner ventures. Alex, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
Perfect. Alex, if you could quickly introduce yourself to let the audience know, it would be awesome.
Yeah. So my name is Alex Glenn. I am the founder of PartnerHub, which is a platform for finding and managing partnerships. And we support two communities, one just for agencies like you guys, and another one for anyone that is managing partnerships, so typically tech teams, but more and more agencies out there developing their partner operations and hiring or tasking someone with managing partnerships. And it's working really well for them. So we support that.
Perfect. Great. Alex, I have my very first question here, and that is about what is partner management? If you could quickly give us an introduction to that, and what are the typical tasks a partner manager performs on a routine basis?
Yeah. So partnerships and partner management is the person and the operation team that are working with third parties, other companies, other people outside the organization for the purpose of driving growth, revenue, sales, just like a sales team, except direct. Instead of going direct to the customer, they go through what we call a channel. Channel could be a distribution network of partners. It could be your integrations if you're a tech company. But for I think most of the people listening here, either agencies or probably on marketing teams. Um, So you could go either way, depending on what types of partnerships. And we could talk a little bit about the types of partnerships. But I think we're going to focus more on AI and what's going on with AI and operations in general. Partnership operations are a lot like sales operations in the sense that there's outreach, there's partner acquisition efforts. They have to activate partners. But the real big difference with partnerships that makes it even more complex, one of the more complex departments and functions that I've ever been a part of. I was on sales teams, I was on revenue and growth teams, marketing teams, and leading those efforts for a number of companies. And when I got into partnerships, I quickly realized the very big difference and the big difficulty there is with partnerships, you're almost creating this separate thing because you're not pushing your product because the partner honestly just needs to know that your product has customers and demand. That's it. But you're not pushing your product. You're not pushing your agency so much. You are trying to sell them on this other thing, this relationship, this idea of, hey, we're going to go out and go to market together. And in that effort where I'm bringing this to the table and you're bringing this to the table, we're going to create a bigger pie. We're going to bake a bigger pie together. Right. So they're essentially creating their own marketing, distribution and branding and funnel and their own thing, the partnership teams. So it becomes a very complex effort to create a partner program and to grow a partner program.
Perfect. That's insightful. So, you briefly spoke about AI, and which is the title of the title of today's discussion in a way with respect to partner management. So, what I've seen is there is much content around AI. Teams have been using it with respect to their marketing activities. Drafting the entire campaigns and then personalizing it to their business needs. Graphic designers have been using AI to, maybe design graphics, videos, and stuff like that. Multiple other verticals have been using, say, for example, IT teams have been using AI to maybe, draft the entire code structure and then actually writing it with respect to the need. But what exactly, uh, what exactly is the role that AI plays with respect to partnerships? How is it reshaping partner management strategies? And if in case they are, would there be any threat to AI replacing the existing partner managers?
Yeah. So we'll break that into two questions there. So, what aspects of partner operations will AI um, assist with? We'll say enable, right? So, AI enabled processes. We're talking about some similar to sales, outreach, email campaigns, any automated text generation to help save time with, who are we emailing, who are we messaging, and what matters to them, and what should the body of that message be. We've seen that a lot, and there are pros and cons to doing that, which we'll talk about. Research, I think, is the big one where I need to take a very large data set of potential partners or potential prospects, if you're thinking about this from a sales angle, and I need to figure out more about each one of those, but also maybe use AI to pull out the really high value targets based on our customer persona, so that the the learning system can actually say, here's a group, give me a data set of your current customers, and then give me a data set of your potential partners, and let me figure out which ones out of that figure data set are going to be more active in selling to that customer profile, based on everything that we found about them on LinkedIn and web pages, et cetera. Prepping for any sort of interaction with the partner. So we see a lot of like, okay, well, I'm about to show up to a meeting, or I'm about to show up to a podcast. I need a summary of what I should know about that individual, that person, their organization. AI can um, uh, package those up in custom ways, very, very interestingly. One of the things with partnerships that's important is we need to know a better together story. So one thing I'm playing around with right now is using OpenAI to automate a LinkedIn message that tells me the better together story when someone reaches out to connect with me inside of PartnerHub. So if someone sends me a partnership request, OpenAI through Zapier will look at their URL, and then it will tell me, Alex, here's what they're doing, and here's where we think they can support what you're doing in Slack. And then I can quickly make a judgment call on whether or not I'm going to approve that request, or if I should go and look them up on my own or do this next thing. So that's part of the research, but it automates sort of the pre-meeting context that you need with a better together story. That's really awesome. Um, Running reports. This is big now inside of your CRMs like Salesforce and HubSpot, where they're coming out with their AI tools where you can just call, prompt, text based call, prompt the AI to run a report. So same thing with partnerships. We have these things called PRMs, partner relationship management, where sales teams have the CRM. Inside the PRM, there's similar data. So PartnerHub, same kind of thing. We're packaging up all of your partners in one place, and there's profile details, there's links to their LinkedIn, there's links to their websites, there's historical referrals, there's interactions, there's all the stuff that's happened, as well as throughout your whole PRM, just macro numbers and things that you may need. So you can quickly use AI to report based on your partner relationship management data and history. Um, I would say looking into larger directories and databases that exist, public ones, and pulling out information using prompts is a really great way to use AI in business functions in general. Um, so if you have an AI system that can tap into your LinkedIn account, and based on your connections in LinkedIn, pull out some of those companies that are doing something that you need them to be doing, and speed up your work, make it a lot easier for you to quickly jump to the front of the pack, the ideal partner persona or customer persona. Again, I mean, I'm going to talk about partnerships, but a lot of this these functions of AI in this business operation, these transcend through marketing and sales and other departments if you're listening as well.
Yep. So, you mentioned something about PRMs, which is, partnership relationship management. So that's something interesting that I've heard today. I was only aware of a CRM, right? So I understood how it exactly works, but could you give some examples of certain, good, great PRMs in the market there so that, the audience gets an idea?
Yeah, yeah. So I'll tell you where we exist and then where we don't exist. So the PRM space, there are affiliate marketing campaigns and affiliate management, and then there's real partner management. Those are the two sides of it. If you've been in marketing for any amount of time, you know what affiliate marketing is. It's where you will enable someone that already has that customer audience or that audience. They could just have a community or a YouTube channel or a blog, and it happens to be your ideal customer audience, or some of them maybe your ideal customer audience. And you enable them through the incentive of commissions to put a link to your product, service, whatever it is, on a web page that is currently getting traffic of your ideal customer persona. That is affiliate marketing 101. It's big in product sales. A lot of e-commerce brands use affiliates and influencer marketing. Influencer marketing is really just, affiliate marketing, but they may get paid up front, right? Or they could still just get paid a commission on clicks, but they just happen to be of influence. So it's a lot faster of a way to get more people to buy your product. Um, but affiliate marketing is a marketing agenda. It's very much, okay, I need to track clicks. I need to attribute the sales to something, and I need to expand if something is working, right? You're just pulling on levers, just like any paid acquisition campaign. That's why it's called affiliate marketing. A lot of people confuse that with partnership. Partnerships is more involved. It's very much more analogous to running a team, running a company where, your affiliates, you may never talk to them. You may never know them. They just grab an affiliate link off of some page through some portal and they put it on a YouTube channel, and maybe it gets clicks and conversions and they get paid automated in some way. With partnerships, a lot of the times your partners are just incentivized to work with you because you're putting their name and their business in front of your customers in some way. And there's reciprocity and referrals, so direct referrals. And then there's co-selling where, I may bring a partner into a conversation with a bigger deal because they can help me close that business because they provide something that I don't provide. Right. And partnerships also is the umbrella around integrations. So you're, uh, you're integrating with an ecosystem like Salesforce. Salesforce isn't quite your partner yet, but what if you're building a two-way sync to a platform that's also building an integration and supporting the marketing of the integration, and you're actually working with the people internally to go to market with that new integration, meaning market it and sell it to a list or an audience together. That is a partnership, right? And under that umbrella requires operational management. It requires some level of oversight on who are the points of contact. What am I doing with what partners in what capacity? What agreements do I have with each partner? Because they could be different with each partner, and really monitoring that motion of us and my organization with these third party organizations. What are we all doing together? And CRM really can't um, track, manage, and run that operation with the way CRMs are built. They're very much built for just you and your team and your customer data, and not for you and your team plus all your partners working together inside your CRM. You wouldn't invite me as a partner to your CRM. That doesn't make sense. With PRMs, they're built to very much house all of your partners, even have logins for your partners, right? The good ones are. Some are still more on the affiliate side, but they call themselves a PRM, which doesn't make sense when they're really built to be put a bunch of data in, get a bunch of partner links created, and give your partners a place to send a referral so they get paid a commission, right? Still affiliate stuff. So in the PRM space, the partner relationship management space, PartnerHub, our product actually leads the way in managing relationships with service providers because our platform is used by top service providers. So you guys have an account. I don't know if you're a user, but you guys do have an account in
We do,
PartnerHub.
we do. We actually
And
use it. Our partner manager uses it on a regular basis.
exactly. So
That's
what they're trying to do is form alliances. So we give our agency service providers a marketplace to go and reach out to other users of PartnerHub, and same thing with the tech companies. But the big difference is most PRMs are built for SaaS tech companies to manage their partnership sort of as an internal affiliate basis, where we're built for the service providers mainly. And the reason for that is if we can build something that the service providers really love and use, it really makes partnerships a lot easier for everybody, right? If Spear Growth is using Partner Hub and reaching out to the tech company and proactively putting them into a partner operation, it makes the entire partner relationship a lot more efficient and a lot easier and a lot more organized for both parties. So we're looking at, back to the main conversation of AI in partnership, we're looking at embedding a bunch of different AI features inside of PartnerHub, mainly for surfacing things like what's your ideal partner persona based on your current connected list of partners and all their details. And let's take that partner fingerprint and apply it to a public directory like Clutch or LinkedIn, or even the internet as a whole, and surface, oh, hey, based on this, what we learned about who you like to partner with, here's some other companies that look a lot like them and match not only just their industry and maybe size and vertical, but really match like partner incentives, and they seem to be working with companies like you based on what we found in their directory, and using AI to kind of find those types of partners outside of Partner Hub. You'll be able to do that soon. That kind of stuff is pretty good. So I kind of went off on a little tangent there and answered your question.
no
Long way.
worries. That was actually insightful. So we did went a little ahead of what our question scope was, but then the concept of PRM, which I think was really important to be understood when we are talking about the partner management realm. So that was extremely insightful, Alex. Going back to the second part of the question, uh, for aspiring partner managers or people who have just begun in those departments.
Mhm.
So I understood about all about the benefits of AI in partner management, but then would these people still feel AI as a threat, as something which would replace them, or would act as a support system, to help them have their jobs done more efficiently? If you could, you know, tell the audience in a nutshell, because we all know about the benefits, but how does it support partner managers? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, yeah. So I kind of listed some of the areas of a partner manager's role where AI can be supported. But I'll just reiterate a couple of those here. So handling drafts inside of PRM and report drafts inside of PRM and CRM, generating any sort of initial message copy that should be checked by human. And I'll talk about where humans will remain necessary. Um, Generating the better together story. I mentioned an automation between your PRM and Zapier and Slack, where OpenAI can actually do a really good job at generating a what can this company do for my customer base type of a story. Finding intent signals, right? Looking at databases that are gathering sort of buying signals and packaging those up and surfacing some really good partner intent signals. Lead scoring. So using a combination of tools like Gong and your CRM and PRM, you can look into data sets and pull out some AI based intent signals for your sales team. So, partner mentions something on a call, Gong has that data. Then you look into the CRM and see what's going on with that data, that lead, and look at a public profile like a LinkedIn company page, package all that data up and provide that to salespeople, maybe even prior to the call that they've scheduled, or at least, automate some of that intel. Nurturing content creation. So partner managers have to do kind of the same thing that sales and marketing, maybe marketing have to do, which is nurture leads, right? So partner lead comes in wherever they came in, well, you need to kind of convince that company to get on a call. And once they're on the call or after the call, you need to kind of enable them to continue wanting to reach the end of a program. So where a customer may just make a quick decision to upgrade their free account to a paid account in your software. But with partnerships, it's you're asking a company to invest time, resources, convince their whole team, spend 3 to 6 months really developing a partnership with you and going to market with you, which is high risk, high reward, of course, but there's a lot there. So AI can be used to really make sure that you're nurturing them with the correct content and reasons and stuff like that. So packaging up those. Now, let me know if you want to prompt the question, but I think it's important that we talk about some key areas that AI shouldn't be left alone to do, and where humans will continue to be necessary.
Yes. So we actually understood the reasons why humans will still be important. So, AI would actually help enable partner managers rather than totally replacing them. So that was informative, Alex. Thank you for that. Moving on to the next question that I had. Could you share certain examples of successful implementations wherein AI has significantly improved these partner management strategies? Through these examples, we'll be better able to understand the role AI would play because examples always help, right? So if you could,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and I'm very I'm bullish on AI being the the not even a tool, just the mechanism. We'll say a mechanism for making mundane tasks easier, faster, more efficient, right? That's about it for right now with regards to partnerships and even sales and marketing operations, right? It makes content creation faster, it makes messaging faster, more efficient. It makes running reports faster, more efficient. Great. Um, Now, I think we're all experiencing the negatives of when people lean too much on AI. Most of it has to do with the sales and the outreach, the messaging, right? I think by now, if you own a business, maybe even if you're head of a department, you've probably received a poorly constructed or even just an obvious AI written email or LinkedIn message. I have one in this article I'll share with you. I'll share it now just so I don't forget. Um, but this message is, and I'll have to share it on LinkedIn. I'll just kind of read the first couple sentences of it so you can understand where I'm going. This was an email, but it says, "Hi, Alex. We are impressed by the range of services that PartnerHub offers, particularly your white label digital invoice management solution and your commitment to enabling banks to provide invoice related services for their customers. The collaboration between PartnerHub and Answer Pay to offer request to pay and e-invoicing services is a testament to your dedication to enhancing the banking experience." So, I'm not providing any sort of invoice management software. I'm not selling to banks. What happened there is the AI that they were using, the tool that they were using, I'm guessing it was AI because I've received a few that reference banks. They're really just looking on the internet for PartnerHub as a keyword, searching for top results. And in those top results, there's probably an article or a landing page or business that is ranking up there that sells invoicing software to banks, right? And they're just pulling in that Wikipedia type information into the email, and the person sending this is not double checking any of it, right? So, yeah, if you give them a big enough data set and that could land with a percentage of, could create something that resonates, maybe. But I think we all know just by reading the first couple sentences, it's like it's a robot writing that email. Yes, you can mess around with the voice of it and make it more playful and fun. But the problem is, if you're doing it, you probably learned it from someone else who learned it from someone else who learned it from someone else, which means we're all prompting the AI to say the same kind of things in the same way, which means it's just going to be a bunch of the same outreach. Now, Google and the email providers are helping us all as people avoid reading stuff like that by now almost preventing, at least through personal emails, that type of outreach from happening. LinkedIn, it's getting pretty bad. If you've seen any sort of in mails or any long-winded looking direct outreach, the AI tools out there are not helping these people. It's really bad, and I haven't heard any sort of partner managers, if we're talking back to partner managers, say, "Oh, yeah, I've been using this AI tool to do my outreach to partners and it's working really well." I have yet to hear that, and I don't think I will. And another reason for that is partner managers are not selling, but they're reaching out to and trying to form very expensive, time consuming relationships with savvy business leaders like an agency like Spear Growth. It's like if I reach out cold and mess up an outreach campaign to like some, manager of a bank who's not in digital marketing, doesn't really understand AI, yeah, I can land on my face and really probably still have some success. But I cannot do something like that email I just read if I'm blasting it out to 50, 500 marketing agencies because they are just experts at copywriting and cold outreach and all the stuff. So I cannot mess it up. So I think partner managers are realizing, yeah, AI can maybe give me some intel, but I need to be the one crafting this campaign, crafting this message. So that's number one is there needs to be a human verifying any AI generated messaging. You should not let AI generate a message that just goes out without a human checking it. I've got two more. If you have you want to go deeper into that, we can, but I got two more where a human will be very necessary.
So, Alex, definitely, if you have more information around it, that would really help people understand why they shouldn't be afraid of AI. It is actually gonna enable partner management as a whole. So, please share your thoughts on that.
Yeah, no, the next one here, where humans are always going to be necessary in this partner relationship sort of operation, um, and this goes kind of goes to the industry as a whole. We're reaching that growth phase, that phase of partnerships where it started out everyone was just like, oh, partnerships, blasting out affiliate links and trying to get people to sign up for their affiliate program, and now we're at that stage where it's like, okay, well, the days of B2B affiliate, they're not dead, but they're getting to the point where buyers are not just clicking a link and taking someone's word for it and buying software. And then the software companies themselves are realizing, like, I really need to educate this company and I really need to work with them. I can't have them just putting my affiliate links on different stuff and without working with us closely to craft the brand message and train them on how to use it and have them be implementation experts, not just pushing my links out. So in that world, there we're seeing a lot less of one to many and a lot more one to one, a lot more close relationships, which means talking, which means human interaction, right? AI is not going to replace that. So as we kind of move away from the blast, I don't know who you are, just take my links and push my product and bringing everything back in and saying, no, I'm going to find 20 companies, work closely with them to push my product, and maybe 5 integrations this year, and work closely with those integration partners. There's a lot of one-to-one talking. Dinners, even in real life events, are becoming a lot bigger now. As people realize, like, the webinar side of business is really just not as effective, at least in partnerships. So a lot more people to people stuff. And then
Yeah.
finally, maintaining compliance and working around regulations. So uh, when you're an organization, you kind of have your geo compliance stuff, and then you have your who in my organization is doing what with our domain compliance stuff. So your internal sort of security operation. And I don't mean that AI can't, check to make sure that the website's, compliant with all the regulations of your area, your country. I don't mean that. I mean, like, when you have a large organization and people are experimenting with this AI, what has happened, and I think Google, and I have a link in the article, I was trying to find it. Um, Google's been warning their team members against leveraging AI models, because what happens is they actually give it access to databases internally, and then it pulls that information into the AI model, and other organizations or other people and, outside the organization can then kind of not access the data so much as take the learning from the data and apply it to what they're doing. Um, and there's an article where Google released, or it was, I don't know, it was TechCrunch or something, but it was about Google warning their team members against leveraging AI models in their internal work, even prohibiting it. I think the irony of that article is they were telling their employees not to use Bard, which is their AI, in their work, because then it's just like, no, what you're doing is giving outside companies access to internal data and internal stuff. So it was kind of an ironic thing. So making sure that, there's very much a human element to regulate and put into effect and prohibit where prohibition is needed on employees using this AI. Um, uh, Public learning LLMs, right? So it's one thing if you just have your internal AI that's just, kind of learns from processes that are going on. It's just used internally. But as soon as someone kind of brings in a third party outside the organization model into that, then it gets a little bit crazy, and some bad things can happen. Um, and then yeah, so we can kind of talk about usage change in 2024. Maybe some end on some things for change. Or where do you want to go to end this
Yes.
thing?
Yes. So I was gonna come to that question. So how do you basically envision AI continuing to, evolve the landscape of partner management? And for businesses, what new opportunities do you think are present so that, they can gain a competitive advantage or edge going forward?
Yeah. So I think, smaller organizations and agencies using it to create content, graphics, videos, text for campaigns, ads mainly, but, probably some success in blogging. There's companies like Jasper AI that are big, and Writer.ai, something like that, that more enterprise focused. But companies like that, where it's just like, okay, well, we need to create a bunch of stuff. I'm very bullish on that, on that continuing to get better and grow. Um, then on the analysis side, I'm very bullish on, okay, well, large data sets need to be consolidated, need to be acted on. So, and this is what I love using AI for. It's like I've got a blog, I've got my social networks that I own, like own resources, right? Um, and there's conversations and all of that. There's text and all of that. I also have my Google Drive that has a bunch of data sets and stuff that's not on public domains. I need to put all that into a library and I need to leverage OpenAI to call on that data when I need it, or even provide my users or my community members the ability to access that data. That operation is being used by large organizations as a custom designed scenario where employees can just call on a data set using text prompts in some internal intranet, right? But there's lots of products popping up. Shout out to a company called Locusive that allows you to add documents, CSVs, resource libraries via links. And then through Slack, you can call on that entire database and ask it questions, right? You think about if you're like a law firm, right? You're a real estate agency. Imagine instead of having to sort through filters on the MLS or sort through filters in some giant legal library database, you can just say, "Hey, what is the closest case to this one here that exists since 1900?" And it just quickly pulls a few cases for you and summarizes them in a matter of seconds, right? You can imagine where AI is just going to just get better and better at that. So taking all the knowledge base, summarizing it, packaging it, filtering it, being that quick and easy access point for you is I think the best use case of AI. Then that content generation is probably the second. Um, from there, depending on the industry and category that you're in, um, one really awesome one that I think is super exciting is AI detection of potential health issues and health concerns, and just looking into the health side of it. But for marketing, partnerships, sales, content, and being able to quickly find the data that you need, the information that you need from internal resources and external resources, and providing that for you. I think those are the two biggest.
Yeah, I totally agree. And, this session has actually been pretty insightful for me, and I'm sure the audience would feel the same. I had a lot of learnings which I didn't have with respect to, AI's role in partner management. We all just knew what AI could do, generically, but then specific to partner management was something which I had great insights on. We are just about time. Thank you so much, Alex, for all the amazing insights that you have dropped in today. It was amazing to have you. Thank you so much for joining in.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me. And I posted that link there if you want to open that before we close the recording, and have that in the show notes if anyone's listening that wants to read the article. There's more
Yes.
details on the article and links to resources there.
Yes, I will be sorry to interrupt. I'll be dropping all the links in the description box right below the YouTube video that we'll be pushing out. So the audience would benefit from that.
Yeah. And if you're an agency or a software company, definitely join PartnerHub, app.partnerhub.app/register.
Yep. I will drop in the links there. Um, for all the people who want to have a replay of the podcast, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to get your podcasts elsewhere, we are there on the website. You can stream the podcast from the website itself, from Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and multiple other places. All the information links and the links to subscribe would be there in the description box below. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's meet in the episode number 3. Take care. Bye bye.
Love it. Bye bye.